Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your brother with another video. Ladies and gentlemen, please be careful. As you browse the internet, be careful when you come to this platform right here, to this channel, because this is a reality channel. This is I'm gonna give it to you straight from the hip. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a spiritually based channel. To make you understand and realize that this is a spiritual war. This is not some kind of physical war, okay? We're not at war with man. We are at war with what makes humanity, what moves humanity, what drives humanity, which is the evil spirits. And the evil spirits know that, which is the fallen angels, which people also call extraterrestrial, ETs or whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. Make sure you are ready for this truth. Because what I cover on this channel is not either political nor religious. I don't represent no religion. No religious belief. This is not a religious belief. In fact, Christ, when he walked the earth, he didn't talk about religion. This is a way of life, ladies and gentlemen. So be careful be careful in terms of not adhering to what I say here. Not because I say so, because I am an imperfect human being just as you are. In fact, I've probably done so many worse things than you have. So it's not to listen to me. Is to follow this truth, which you can prove to yourself, which is in what I call the red pill book. Are you ready for the truth? Can you handle the truth? Then let us go. See, you got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that humanity is stuck. It's stuck, not necessarily stuck on stupid. Humanity is stuck on the lack of understanding, even of its own creation. In fact, look what they teach at the universities and school by design. The satanic belief. In fact, they call it a theory. They don't say evolution theory. They don't say evolution fact. No, it's an evolution theory because it hasn't been proven, it never will. Because it is a satanic, Satan came up with that idea. Inspiring Charles Darwin, a man that was bored out of his mind back in England, got on his boat called the Beagle, and he went around, and he traveled around the world for 5 straight years, going from port to port until he got to the Galapagos. And after that, he took some specimen back to his native land, to his lab. Then he did some experiments, and voila, humanity finally know where he came from. Are you freaking kidding me? You see how naive the human mind can be? How easy it can be manipulated? The human mind is so easily programmable. It is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. And that is exactly where humanity is at right now in this, believe it or not, last human generation of all time. See, when people tell you that the end is near, that the end of the world is just around the corner, believe it not. Here's what that means. See, it is the destruction of this ridiculous, satanic matrix system. That's all that's going to be destroyed. Then the whole earth will be cleaned. That's why in the Bible it talks about a new heaven and a new earth. See, we got to understand the very purpose of our existence. We don't even know that. We have family, we have kids, but we don't know the very purpose of life, and that is sad. So humanity is stuck with the devil. Ever since humanity, as a creation, disobeyed its creator, whose real name is I Am. That's the name that he gave to Moses. So ever since he disobeyed their creator, okay? Not only did he become a slave of evil, he became slave to craziness, of which he became part of an inescapable craziness, unless it denied itself. In fact, let me read it to you. It's in Matthew chapter 16, verse 24. Matthew 16, verse 24. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew 16, verse 24 said, and that is Christ is talking to his disciples here. Then Christ said unto his disciple, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. So we need to deny ourselves, follow the 10 commandments that are behind me, ladies and gentlemen, and we shall seek our Creator, the celestial family, to understand the very purpose of life. But in the trajectory of disobedience, driven by Satan, the god of this world, he made sure that this present human creation stays in this evil game. And he wanted to make sure through a history that he be the one being worshipped. And boy, can you deny, ladies and gentlemen, that all of the governments, all empires, all human civilizations haven't worshipped gods. Can you deny that? Of course not, because he's real. God have been worshipped by all empires, all human civilizations, okay? And here was the mind is enmity against God. And the devil has made sure that he have the adequate machinery, the adequate social machinery, that he have really encroached upon people for the spiritual control, including his twisted perceptions and crazy satanic ideologies, such as what? One, the theology of religions. It was inspired by the fallen angels, and ever since humans began to spread and grow upon this earth, humanity, ladies and gentlemen, has always worshipped gods. In the Egyptian dynasties, Ra, R-A, was their sun god. Back in the Babylon Empire, you see people passing kids through the fire as human sacrifice with Baal gods. Nimrod and the Canaanites made people sin. And ever since then, all empires and human civilization have worshipped gods. And the Medo-Persian Empire, through the Persian mythology, the concept of the Islam faith was born there, and their god was Mazda Ahura. See, but Muslim was not being practiced as it is practiced today. It was too many idolatry. It was like 99 names for God. They had 99 gods. So he came out of there, and it never grew. Then came the Greek Empire. And they had so many gods that we cannot even count them. Zeus was the main god. Apollo. Adonis. Minerva. Hercules. Poseidon, god of the waters. Venus, planet of war. But of course, there are no planets. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we live in an enclosed earth. Nothing can get out of this earth. Nothing can come out on this flat earth of ours. Number two. So the reality, once again, because I want to make this short. So there's been so many religious practices, many beliefs in gods. Okay? The Krishna, the Hindus that believe that a cow is a god in India. Haiti, they believe in voodoo. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the Islamic religion came and was created by the mother of all religions, which is the first beast, the Roman Catholic Church. Did you know that the Roman Catholic Church created the Islam religion 1,500 years ago? And all of the religion that follow. All right, the Mayan civilization, they used to worship a god called Kukulkan. And please do not get me into the name of the god for the Native Americans. So many of them. The Aztec Empire in Mexico again, Quetzalcoatl again, and they both had the same name, the feather serpent. You know, Kukulkan, sun god called the feather serpent. Everything is about a serpent. In fact, if you look at the logo of the World Health Organization, you look at serpent. If you look at the of any medical logo, you're going to see the serpent. Ladies and gentlemen, humanity is has gone bananas. 2, I just told you the theory of evolution, which has been proven to be false thanks to the technology. 3, people love riches. 4, homosexuality, which is an assault on the very existence of human. It is an assault on human existence. You're going against nature in every which way imaginable when you practice this. So I don't hate homosexuals. I pray for them. I love them. Because again, what did I just tell you at the beginning of this video? This is a spiritual war. Transgender. Abortion, which is the modern day of human acceptable human sacrifice. Okay? Only cowards killed a young baby that cannot defend itself. So we have a lost creation, a lost human creation upon this earth that does not understand the significance and the purpose of its very existence. Okay? So this whole world is totally confused and lost. That's why they're talking about a new world order. Because being that they messed up this one by design, they did it by design on purpose, so that they can have an excuse to move to a different level in the pyramid of evil. Humanity is so confused that they even name Satan by his former heavenly name, called Lucifer. Yes, because they consider him their God. In fact, in the money, the United States money, the world reserve currency, which is on its deathbed, is dying. And by the way, Biden is destroying it. That's why he was put there. Because again, ladies and gentlemen, as I have explained to you many times, your votes don't count. It's part of the deceit, the worldwide deceit that has been perpetrated on the American society, naive society, which is the most naive society on this planet. In fact, the United States have to be taken out of the way in order for the new world order, the world economic reset, to take place. And they are doing it gradually, if you notice. If you are awakened, if you are awaked, ladies and gentlemen, then you will notice why New York has been completely, which is where, by the way, that's where I grew up. Most of my life, I grew up there. I went to junior high school there. I went to high school there. I went to college, but only for a little bit, and that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, please, do not get it twisted. America is being destroyed because America has been prophesied by the one that created all life. It is prophesied to fall because America is, in fact, it is the second beast named in the book of chapter 13, the book of Revelation, beginning on verse 11. Read it. Ladies and gentlemen, So New York is being completely destroyed. Look at the Attorney General in New York. You think he's there by, that was pure coincidence that he was elected, that he's there? No, ladies and gentlemen, he was put there because New York needs to be worked to get destroyed, because in New York, that's where the money in the United States really moves. The money is printed in Washington at the Federal Reserve Bank, but the money moves in New York. That's why they call it the capital of the world. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, imprinted on the money are these words: in God we trust. Now, please think for yourself and remember what I told you. Be careful about this knowledge that I'm telling you here, because this will completely either wake you up or you would drive you away. You're probably thinking that I'm some conspiracy theory, nut job, crazy guy, whatever. But now, as I always say, prove it. I prove what I read and what I talk about here, what I cover here. I prove it with links. I prove it. This whole world right now is in a mess. It is completely confused. Okay? So if you look at your money, a dollar, a dime, a quarter, nickel, it doesn't matter. You're going to see the words, in God we trust. But which God? The devil, of course, Satan. In fact, in case you don't believe me, the United States is a Freemasonic nation. All of its presidents have been Masons. And if you know about Freemasonry, a little bit about Freemasonry, that's a satanic organization. No matter how beautiful they paint it. And they actually control and rule the United States of America. And that's why they know that since they messed it up, they're going to help destroy it anyway. That's why they put Joe Biden up in there. That's why they got Dr. Fauci, the prophet. The God called Dr. Fauci, who is, by the way, a Jesuit, a Freemason. In fact, even Shaq, remember Shaq that used to play for the Orlando? He even showed the ring on television. He's a Freemason. It's a shame that brothers and sisters have stepped to this. Hey, but what do you expect? The devil is in charge. And he can use everything at his disposal. Okay? He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got the whole wide world. It's not God. In God we freaking trust. It's not God. Okay? In fact, God doesn't like to be called God. His real name is I am that I am. That's the name that he gave Moses. Do your research, which in Hebrew, again, is right there. It's Asher Ahaya. It's right there. Take a look at it. Do your research. Do not get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. There's no time. This world is running out of time. And the devil, no, that is almost completely out of time. His days upon this earth are numbered. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, this is another proven factor that I have sent you link on, and you can easily find it on YouTube. Even the holidays that we celebrate are an honor. We are honoring and we are celebrating Satan, the devil. Let me give you an example. New Year's Eve. Why you think it falls on what they consider 1st of January of every year? at 12 o'clock. And the whole world, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me, the whole freaking planet celebrate on that day. You may say, well, Ruben, yeah, that's nice. No, it's not. It's terrible. Do you know that the whole world is, whether they realize it or not, and most people, they're actually celebrating a god called Janus. Okay? Janus. Do your research. He's a Roman god. He's only a Roman god because January and February were created in the Roman Empire. And now you may say, Ruben, how come there are leap years for the month of February? Because men taught the Roman Catholic Church. Remember, we are living under the Gregorian calendar, which is named after, hello, you guessed it? A Catholic Pope named Gregory. Okay? We are living under his time. This is not God's time. All right? In fact, let us go to Daniel 7, where he tells you right there. Daniel 7. Okay? Daniel 7, verse 25. Daniel chapter 7, verse 25 says, and he shall speak, talking about the Roman Catholic Church, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. 26. But the judgment shall seat. But the judgment shall seat, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end. You understand? So, Pope Gregory thought of changing time, and he created this calendar that we have now. 365 years, 355 days a year, continuous time after time, and they tell you that time starts, that a new day starts at 12 a.m. It is sad. Everything that men have totally created and come up with has been completely wrong. I just told you some of them. And look what is happening around the world today. England and all of its mandates and restrictions concerning this pandemic. It's in the news, all over the news. Bolivia did it as well. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, please. The most unpopular president of all time is in the White House. Now you may say, Ruben, you know what? Let me just tell you. He doesn't care. Straight up and down, plain and simple, he does not care that he could go lower and lower. He don't care. He knows he's the one in charge. And by the way, he hates America. And he was put there by design. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, your votes don't count. So you see how it goes? One day we got this, so many flip-flops. I mean, Dr. Fauci is the master of flip-flops. We all know that. And they're sneaky creatures. In fact, let me give you a historic perspective. Back in the 1913, when America was robbed, okay? Two things happened there. The Federal Reserve was created on what was it? On the last day of the almost on the last day of the year, December, the last month of the year 1913. But before that, I think it was around February or March, the IRS was created. And by the way, they work together. Okay? The IRS are nothing more and nothing less than cartels, collectors with guns on them, coming for people that are the Federal Reserve Bank. Those are the cartels with a license. Okay? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, so is the FBI and the CIA. These organizations know that America, they're part of the problem too. They know there's no purpose for their very existence, but hey, we do it anyway. Okay? The very purpose of these two organizations, they work for the Federal Reserve. They work for the people in charge, because the people that control the money in a society, they are the one that actually rule. They are the one that actually rule. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, look at the Antifa and Black Lives Matter, BLM organizations. People have been lied and have been tricked. Their emotion completely exploited. And now they just walk around as an empty shell, host to demons. In fact, right where George Floyd was supposedly killed, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, spoiler alert, he wasn't killed. He's still alive somewhere. People's emotions were exploited. You want to, I mean, the truth is, the proof is in the pudding. Ladies and gentlemen, how can you kill a human being in front of the whole wide world? And he keeps saying, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. Mama, I can't breathe. This whole thing was staged and you swallow it up. You want to know another factor which proves what I'm saying here? Did you know that the cop that actually supposedly killed George Floyd, did you know that they both knew each other and that they used to work together at the same place right across from the 3rd precinct, that precinct that was burned in Minnesota? In fact, right where George Floyd was killed is almost no man's land in the sense, and there's a memorial thing there. Why? Because black young men keep shooting and killing each other. At that in that very same neighborhood, is that how they pay tribute to a criminal? Because that's what he was, a former criminal. You want to know another proof that this whole thing was staged? Before the jury was picked for this farce, ladies and gentlemen, the George family got paid $27 million. If you pay $27 million to a family for wrongfully death, ladies and gentlemen, you know it is a farce. But the thing is, they know that people are stupid. They don't see these things. They just go with their emotions. And in fact, I was there when it first started. It's sad, ladies and gentlemen. And I knew that this whole thing was going to totally go out of control. Just like it was in the Watt riot in LA. Just like it happened with I forgot his name. I forgot his name. He already died. I forgot his name. But the thing is, this gentleman, that the police really gave him a beat down, and that's why there were a lot of riots in LA. Humanity is completely lost. It has given itself up to the devil. In fact, the world leaders, who are all of them Masons, ladies and gentlemen, all of Congress are Masons. All of your senators are Freemasons. Okay? They have taken an oath. In fact, they show it by signs and symbols, because societies are controlled by signs and symbols. So black folks, Hispanic, Native Americans, people around the world were tricked, just like the Black Lives Matter movement tricked them. If not, look at the founding, one of the founders of the Black Lives Matter, who admit that they are Marxists, trained Marxists. One of them, I believe that's the lesbian, I forgot her name. She's living large in a multi-million-dollar house. And not only that, but she also owns property even in the Bahamas. You understand, you all been tricked. But lies always pays. That's why manipulations and lies always pays. That's why politicians get the big bucks. And they don't have no souls, ladies and gentlemen. They make you think they do. Okay? Do you think that Fauci cares about the effect that this pandemic has had on the United States of America? I digress. You make up your mind. You see the result. Don't listen to my words. So, ladies and gentlemen, please. The purpose of this video is to bring some sanity and understanding of not just this political figurehead and these social demons that are working that have worked and that have milked the United States of America. Okay? Okay? This is a spiritual battle, which soon will come to a head, and the devil will lose. He lost in the beginning, and he will lose at the end. So this humanity is so rebellious that it is stuck on its own self-created imprisonment. That's why they cannot wait for the economic world reset. By the way, Charles Schwab, the guy that's the head of the World Health Organization, do you know that this man at Davos, do you know that he used to sell arms to the Nazis? Do your research. Did you know that this man wrote a book before and during the pandemic about this pandemic? Ladies and gentlemen, please wake up. It is sad. I love my human beings, and I want to wake them up. So very soon, this whole thing is going to come to a head. It is we there. Okay? It's just that, as the Bible clearly states, the Red Pill book says, the times of the Gentiles needs to be fulfilled. See? Let me give you an example. The words, according to the word, they celebrate a new year on the 31st on the first of January of each year. Okay, which to them it starts at 12 o'clock. Okay. How can a day start at 12 in the darkest moment? See how stupid? Well, for them it is, because it's a whole satanic ideology that controls this planet. The being of darkness. That's why they love to move in darkness. Anyway, so these demons want to take as much human being as possible. That's why they want to jab the heck out of everybody. You got to understand how government have always worked. Problem, reaction, solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, I used to work as a door-to-door salesman. And believe me when I tell you, it's so easy to work the human mind. Okay, I appreciated how the human mind can be so easily worked up. So if it was easy for me, imagine for the devil. Imagine for the political leaders out there and the religious leaders. That's why they're the richest people on this planet. I mean, look at Pelosi. See? Anyway, let us go for the last verse of the night, and then we call it a day. Ephesians chapter 6. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. You see? That's what we up against. And the Gentiles' time needs to be fulfilled before God step into the plate. He is a fair man. And the celestial family is composed of what? God, who created us all in his image. God is a family, ladies and gentlemen. Then we got what people call the Holy Spirit. She's actually the godmother, called Rawak Hakandesh in Hebrew. And you got the Son, which is whose real name is Yahushua, but the whole world calls him Christ. His name is Yahushua. So, ladies and gentlemen, and then the angels, of course, like Michael, Gabriel, Raphael. I mean, there's so many of them. I'd be there for a whole month without stopping, telling you their names. And I still won't be up. Without sleeping, without eating, I could just be here telling you their names. Maybe take a little break here and there. I will never be done. So the times of the Gentile needs to be fulfilled. Okay? Even the holidays. Let me just give you a proof, and then I'm almost done. People begin to celebrate the first day of the new year on the 31st or on the 1st of January. That's why they call it January, because it's after the god Janus. Do your research. The people worship the god Janus without even realizing it. But anyway, I digress. So, now when does the year actually begin for God's people? For God. It's common sense. See what I'm telling you? This is a reality here. It starts when life replenish. The first day of spring. That's when the new year starts. Remember what I said. January, February, and March, those were months that were actually added. Okay? Or actually, I should say a little bit of, mostly January and February. March, the first day of spring, ladies and gentlemen. That's what God's new year starts. And by the way, a day begins when the first sun comes up. And he ends when the sun sets and evening falls. You understand? I cannot get any clearer. By the way, thank you for the new members that have actually subscribed to my channel. And I hope you don't find this offensive in any way, what I talk about here, because truth can be, especially when you're not used to hearing it, can be looked at it. Because remember, truth have to pass through three phases. First, truth, it is ridiculed and made fun of. Ha, you crazy. Two, it is violently opposed. And three, it is finally accepted for the reality and truth that it is. So it goes through three phases in terms of human behavior and human emotions. Truth is hard to accept. That's why Christ was hated. He was even called the devil at one time. That's why he was able to cast out demons, because he was the devil. They call him Beelzebub. You understand? Ladies and gentlemen, this is all I have for you tonight. But please, what I want you to understand is that we as a creation of, well, not me, but I mean in general, humanity in general, because I've been awakened for many, many years. Okay? And I started this book. I read it, I don't know how many times, the 66 books that are up in there. Okay? So, and I tell you, and I've done my research, and I tell you, we live on a flat earth. There's no other planets out there, but people believe the lies. In fact, they believe in astrology, which came out of the Greek Empire, where all those gods came out of. They also created drug use. That's why the word pharmakia means sorcery. That's why the word pharmacy, and that's what drugs do to people. It opens up door for demons to come in. Drugs is the devil's greatest excuse. That's why what the world leaders, and I promise I'm going to let you go. Did you notice what world leaders, from New York and all over the planet, it seems, but especially in the United States, because she's going to be destroyed soon. Now you may say, well, Ruben, then if the United States is going to be destroyed, what will become of us? Well, as long as you have a strong relationship with the one that created life, what do you have to worry about? Because he promised that first, before he destroys America and everybody, he's going to pick his people out, bring his people out. In fact, oh man, I'm going to read you one last verse. It's Revelation chapter 18. Revelation chapter 18. Revelation chapter 18. Or in some books it's called Apocalypse. Chapter 18, it says, in verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. You understand? This whole world has gone crazy. It is confused at all levels. Academically, scientifically, definitely religiously, and political. Oh my, especially the United States of America. And that's why your leaders have always been lied to you. That's why it's easy to lie to you, because they see how easy it is to work you. For instance, when 9/11 came around, they made you believe that Osama bin Laden was the one that brought down the towers and attacked the Pentagon. But the reality is that it was the United States, along with Israel Secret Service intelligence, the Mossad. The Mossad, they were the one that carried that out. Because the reality is that Osama bin Laden was a CIA agent. Don't believe me? I dare you to do your research. In fact, you can Google it. Tim Osman. That was his CIA given name. Tim Osman. O-S-M-A-N. Tim as Timothy. Tim Osman. He is to be a CIA agent. The CIA were the one that created Al Qaeda, which means the base. Ladies and gentlemen, wake up. And so many false flag, but that's another video. How you've been live when Pearl Harbor happened, and the Tompkin Gulf explosion, which took America to war with the Vietnam War, which America lost. 60,000 young men. They say 58,000, but it's actually 60,000 young men dead. And yet they expect you to have that they love you, that they take care of you. They wanna. That's why they want you to get a job. Really? They love you so much, but yet they want to destroy. They destroy kids, and they sacrifice kids, and drink kids' blood, not just through abortion. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is all I have for you today. And again, please, if you have any comments, okay, if you have any suggestion, no problem. I'll be more than willing, and we can come to a meeting of the minds. Okay, but this is not joking matter. This is real. As a heart attack. All you got to do is just get down on your knees, ask the Creator to forgive your sins, and live the 10 Commandments. That's all you have to do. Okay? I know it's not easy, but then every fight worth fighting is never easy. But the reward is wonderful. It's beautiful. Believe me, I've been blessed by Creator. I've been saved by Him so many times from death. Okay? God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, I do this because I love you, because I live. Love thy brother as thyself, regardless of your colors, as long as you are a human being, period. Regardless of your skin color, where you come from, which language you speak, I don't care. You take care.